Hello, hello, hello. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the community live stream. First week of July. What Tanya,
I
what month?
didn't realize July was already here, but yeah, it is, I guess, the first week, half week of July. Can we
I
say
know.
that?
I know. But before we kick it off, I have to extend the warmest possible welcome to Tanya on this live stream journey. She joined her. I'll let her introduce herself and talk a little bit about her joining Netlify and what she's excited to do here. But I just want to say, welcome to the streams. Welcome to sort of being coming out and building out in public now, right? Everything else from
Yeah.
here, now that they see all your face, they know you, and hopefully we'll get to hear from some of them in the chat. But Tanya, welcome again, and tell us a little bit about you and what you do at Netlify.
Awesome. So yeah, I'm Tanya. I joined, I guess, 2 months ago now. I'm the senior community programs manager here at Netlify, and pretty much anything that you see in terms of community programming from Netlify will be from myself and KP. My background's in open source and developer programs, and community building for even longer than that. I have pet shrimp, and I enjoy retro video games, and yeah, super excited for today's stream.
Awesome. Looks like we have David in the house. Hi, David.
Hey.
One of the prolific builders in the from our June hot app summer campaign, Tanya.
Yeah.
I think David's the only one. David and Ash actually are both of them won 2 awards each, which is
Wow. Yeah,
yeah.
I saw that. It's impressive. Like,
They're neck to neck. They're neck to neck.
yeah.
Let me pull up one thing. I wanted to actually see if I could pull up the thread that has all the names of the winners. We'll talk about it in a second. So, what are some of your favorite retro games? Oh, okay. All
Those are
right. The
some of my
community
favorites.
wants they want to know. Yeah,
Ah,
what are some of your favorite retro games? David asks.
sure. So, one of my favorite franchises of all time is the Metal Gear Solid series, and I also love Super Mario World, a classic. It's hard to beat that. Those are two favorites for sure. There's plenty others.
What's your
I still play them today.
what's your favorite console
Favorite console?
or go-to console?
Right now, even though, I have all the newer consoles, well, not all of them, but I love my PlayStation 2 actually,
Really?
which yeah,
Wow.
it's got a really cool big library that I didn't get to play growing up because I was in school. So
That's awesome. My recent not re, my go-to has been Switch. And
oh
we
yeah.
we got it during the pandemic, my wife and I, and I've been an on and off kind of gamer growing up. Uh but I didn't play Mario Kart as much as I should have as a kid, I guess, because we got into it, my wife and I, during the pandemic, and we loved it. Oh my god, we love it even now. And one of the most sort of memorable things is when when my wife was pregnant with our oldest son Neil. That's all we played. That's all the music he heard,
Yeah.
probably all the Mario Kart,
Yeah.
Bowser and all the characters. And what's so heartening now is 5 years old, and the other day he was picking up the Switch and on the big TV connected to it, and then he was like learning to play, and it felt so cool because we love that game, my wife and I, and watching him also kind of stumble a little bit and try to figure it out was a full circle moment. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about Switch, especially with the Switch 2. I
it's just
like,
yeah.
both are incredible. It's great to, like, bring over to friends' houses. It's awesome.
Yeah,
But
David
yeah.
says Super Mario World is great. He needs to get back to Metal Gear. I actually, candidly, I've never played Metal Gear. I have to look into it.
Yeah, it's like, it's like a tactical espionage game as they
Ooh,
describe it,
I
so it's
gotta.
super fun.
Okay, gotta look it up. Looks like we have another person commenting. Is it Leti? Leti?
Letitia,
Letitia, do you know
I
her?
believe. You said congratulations
Yeah.
for, I guess, being at Netlify. Thank you. Uh, happy to have you
Letitia,
here.
so we're saying hello to you. Obviously, you can see us. If you have a question or any other thought, please drop it in the chat. We'd love to hear.
Yeah.
We our goal, I'm sure Tanya will agree, is to make this as interactive and as fun as possible for both,
Yeah.
attendees, right? Like the live viewers, and also for us.
Yeah.
Uh, the last thing I want to do is, talk to the wall or speak from the slides kind of thing. So, um, Tanya, so today's agenda, right? We
Yes.
talked about it briefly yesterday. I'm gonna highlight and share like an outline. In the future, maybe we can have slides again. I'll try to not have too many slides, but the outline is we're gonna recap Hot Up Summer, the fantastic campaign that was, the basically took over. I feel like the Netlify universe in June,
Yeah.
and I want to celebrate all the winners. Well, there were three categories, three winner seats, a total of 9 winners, which we announced yesterday. So I want to give shout outs to some of them, or look at their work and kind of talk about it together, and then switch gears into the July month's build challenge. This month's build challenge is the Hot AR Summer. So
Yeah.
it's an extension of the Hot App Summer with the twist of Agent Hunters. So we'll talk about that. And then we'll talk about and celebrate and debrief the Barcelona meetup. The thing that you kicked off, you owned it. And shout out to Matt and Nicholas, right? Terrific hosts. We should talk about it.
Amazing host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talk about our plans for future ones like that. And the last but not the least, Discord. I think some of the folks who maybe who are watching this have probably not heard of Discord from us. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about how they can engage with us on Discord. So
Yeah.
ready? You want to kick it off? Newbie here,
Yeah.
Letitia. Welcome to the stream. Welcome.
Yeah.
We love making new friends.
So let's go right into
Hot
Hot
up
Up
summer.
Summer,
Okay.
recapping it, you
So
know?
one of the way I think just gonna TLDR. I'll level set on what it is, and I'll share my screen
Sure.
for folks who may have missed. So this is Hot Up Summer, right? This is the bright pink looking neon colors, bright. All of this color theme came from Dana, including the actual idea.
Hide your little
This
square
oh
thing.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Um, and this I think was again maybe a shower thought, or I can't remember what it was, but for Dana and for the folks who are just learning about this, Dana is our CTO at Netlify, and she's fantastic. And I would love to have maybe Tanya. We should have her on one of the streams. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Her energy is infectious. She's great. Anyway, she is one of those random things that she said in our internal meeting, full company wide internal kickoff or meeting, and she was saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna go build an app every single day to use our product Netlify, and also just to dabble with AI every day. I'm gonna challenge myself to build an app every day, because it's not easy. You don't have time to build as as busy execs, and even for us, all of us, we're moving so fast." And she goes, I'm just going to do this. Right. And then it was not a website. It was not a campaign. It was nothing. It was literally her personal statement. And then she had a ChatGPT generate, like image 2 generated uh, graphic like this. And that's where it started. And she posted on Slack. And then Michelle and I, we both looked at it and we're like, hmm, this seems like a community campaign. We can probably do this externally as well. And so kicked it off, turned this into a site. MVP was built with Claude and Netlify. And now Sean Siri is one of our engineers, is kind of taken on for the second iteration, third iteration, all the other updates for the site. And it's kicked off and it's really taken off. I think we got Tanya, you saw like, if you see the showcase, we had 380 apps built.
Yeah,
Is that
we
crazy?
honestly we didn't, like, have any expectation, we
No.
just wanted to run something for fun for the
Yeah.
community to get involved in and build apps for fun, at the start of the summer, and we were like, "It'd be even cool if, like, 5 people submitted
Yeah.
something, or 10 people that submitted something, or even if it's just folks internally submitting an app." But it turns out, like, it's really fun to submit apps and track your progress with a public leaderboard, you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, I
Yeah.
always enjoy that, like, that's part of the reason why even in arcade games, like, at arcades, I like to get the top score just so
Yeah.
my, like, name or whatever
Shows up.
three-letter acronym I could come up with, it lives there forever, so
Yeah, and this is her. Like, you can see the energy. She's like, heck yeah, I love seeing these builders build. Check out all these apps in the community. They're so good. Love, imagination to life. Congrats to the winners and players around the world. Shout out to KP for taking a shout out. Real thing. This is Dana, by the way. Shout out Dana if you're watching this, or we'll clip this out and send it to you. You are amazing. Continue to keep, please keep sending us great ideas like that, and hopefully we'll have you participate even in the July one, right? The Hot AR Summer. So anyway, so this was the showcase. This is so like fun. If you have anyone watching, if you have like, I don't know, 10 minutes a day, literally just go to any one of these apps and check it out. I think there's so many interesting use cases,
There's
fun.
so many interesting
Yeah,
use cases, both very fun,
yeah,
like, very creative things, and
yeah,
also everyday solutions to
yeah,
stuff that I didn't realize could be built, like, so quickly too. That's the other
yeah.
thing.
I think
Um,
David who's watching this,
yeah,
he built a lot of like handy tools,
yeah,
right? Like for example, let's pick a couple. And you continue speaking. So look at this one, right? So this is like
yeah,
a way to preview the way your content or posts show up on any of the platforms.
which is, amazing.
Literally, right? Like think about this.
Like,
Like
how
sometimes,
useful is that?
yeah, and sometimes you wonder, okay, where does it cut off? You know how on LinkedIn there's like a little thing that cuts off, right?
Yeah,
And you're like, oh, how much can I put in my hook, right? Right? You can say whatever, and where does it cut off and that kind of thing. And it's great to preview live. So this is
yeah.
objectively a handy tool.
And even just for, like, if you're trying to make posts online where you're using the look of the social
Yeah,
post for something else, you can just do that here without
there we
having
go.
to post it yourself.
Isn't
Like,
that nice?
how cool is that?
That's so
So,
cool. And he's got the UI of both LinkedIn and I think this is X, obviously.
yeah,
He's got the profile view. Are you kidding me? This is so fun. So thanks
yeah.
for building this out, David. And there's many. Well, let's explore a couple more, and then we'll go into winners.
Yeah, and
Um,
as we explore, let's talk a little bit about, what we learned from the community through this month's challenge,
yeah.
like, and I'll start off with, like, you know, I find it myself as a contributor for anything online, like, even if it's something I use every day, it's kind of like hard for me to want to share sometimes without a
Mm,
good reason, right?
right.
And I feel like the what I learned from this is monthly challenges like this are an incredible icebreaker. They
Mm,
give you very nice guidelines, and you're like, oh, okay, so I have a chance to honestly test for myself how well I know, Netlify, and
right.
I can learn from others how what they are building. This is so cool looking. What? I
Yeah.
love
This
MS
is
Paint.
MS
What?
Paint.
Windows Paint, Netlify
MS
app.
Paint. And look at this. It's actually 3D.
Oh my gosh.
This is, I think, built by who is it? Ash. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So Tiny, Ash. We're talking about
Yeah.
Ash for London meetup, right? So yeah, Ash is a very creative and like out of the box kind of thinker. It's really fun.
And that's the fun thing to see, I think, when it comes to any creative stuff. It's like use the browser, use the web app interface and make something that people can interact with, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Look at this.
oh my god,
Look at
Pac-Man,
this.
don't even get me
Look at
started.
his pitch was like, "This is how your email finds me," right?
How cool.
Oh, really? He did a lot of these things. He's so like creative and that's the cost of a letter. What is this? Cost sending a message around the world? Oh, interesting. Um, what is the cost of a letter? Wow.
Mm.
It's some of these are educational. Look at this. Educational. Some of these are
I just love the visualizations, like,
right?
and it's also, something that's worth mentioning, even just for the HotAppSummer website and also these apps, like, I've I've learned so far in being here that it's so easy to essentially transfer or share a project for somebody else to do agent runs on your project and
Yeah.
work with you. Like,
Yeah.
I using all sorts of tools, it's really hard to share your workflow or share your workspace, and I find it very impressive how easy it can be to do that.
Right. And like you mean at Netlify when we build and collaborate, right? And I
Mhm.
think the other thing I've said this a couple of times in other streams, but I think now it's worth double clicking. Um, at Netlify, the way we collaborate. So Tanya comes from a technical background. She's uh she can code. She's a developer, and I come from a non-technical vibe coder background. what's fascinating, and same thing with Sean CD, Dom, a few of our like RTL, a few of our teammates that I'm mentioning. What's fascinating is if you see the way we operate internally, it's almost like everyone is empowered and at the same level playing field to go build something or iterate on something, right? And I think I love that sort of a barrier-free culture. And I know you're saying that it's kind of refreshing to see, and I agree because there's if you have an idea for a new thing, like for example, the hot AR summer that's coming out that went live yesterday, I had an idea for how it should be, what it should be, the copy, and how it should blah blah blah. I didn't wait. Sean CD, who's the engineer who's supposed to finish this project, literally just said, "KP, do your agent runs, get to deploy preview, and show me what you have in mind. No slides needed, no Notion docs needed, no PRD, nothing." So we brainstormed through deploy previews and prototypes. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Right?
it
And then he
it
takes that and pushes it product. It's literally there's no reconstruction. That's
yeah.
crazy to me. Like there's no ripping this out and starting over and like, oh, another 5 days lead time. No, it's so seamless.
And the context I think that you're able to provide, especially when it comes for, like, our team specifically, we have to update, the Netlify website and our new
Yeah.
community landing page and things like that, pretty like, semi-frequently at least, right?
Right.
And usually in the past, like, before even, like, with AI, uh, you'd have to, work through a PR first, but you'd have
Yes.
to also download the project, and if someone's not versed in doing that, isn't work used to working via Git or,
Yeah.
in their terminal locally, it can be pretty hard to
Yeah.
just start up with. Even the most experienced engineers I know don't like to remember commands for stuff because they're just like, I just want to get this going and upload it, right?
Right.
And the other thing is, when it comes to making sure whatever we've produced and submitted via agent runners is great, we, you know, we you can just have a domain expert, in this case another engineer, to look over the work and make sure nothing is, you know not kosher,
Failing.
I suppose,
Right. Yeah.
which rarely happens, but like it's important to have that too,
The
so
peer review style, like in a way,
yeah.
right? And it's very how powerful. By the way, this community landing page, Tanya built this. So shout out Tanya. One of the many things you did last week, which is crazy. But look at how cool this looks. And I think again, like she described earlier, she just went for it. Went to our www project, and from there started building a new, started using agent runners to build a new page, and just did more iterations with AI to get the look and feel we want, the copy we want, and even the blocks, all of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And finally, at the end of it, when we were all happy, I think you passed it on to Sam T, correct? To
Yeah.
merge the, yeah,
And then, even maybe later in this live stream, we'll do a little bit of a live building session and maybe make an update to this page.
yeah,
And we'll be
show
able
it.
to show you live like what that process looks like.
That's
Because
actually a
Agent
great
Runners is
idea.
my favorite.
That's a great idea. And
Yeah.
in fact, if if you can, what we could do is maybe update this block to the
Yeah.
new hot AR summer block, right? So
Yeah.
that itself is a nice iteration waiting for us.
So let's as we're going over Hot Up Summer, I kind of want to talk about the winners. Let's like go right
Let's
into
go to the
that.
winners. Awesome. So to recap, we had about 380 submissions, right, from the community. There's I can't remember. Yeah, let's see actually how many.
Over 74, 75 people contributed, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to recall. And then we had like 85,000 or 88,000 views on the, so
Yeah.
it's so crazy. The other thing too, what was surprising to me is there was about close to 30,000 unique visitors. Isn't that crazy? 30,000 people visited, even if they didn't contribute or like submit.
Yeah.
Those many people saw the site, which I think is fascinating. It's one of our highest, at least in marketing community, in our world, is one of our best performing, campaigns. So winners, right? We had,
Yeah.
let me pull up the winners. Here we go. Here's the winners announcement post. Um, we had three categories. One is for consistency, and the other one was for the total output, the number of apps shipped, and the last one is for folks who are genuinely just engaging on, super engaging on Twitter and LinkedIn, who are lifting up the community vibes and things like that. So the first one I'd say for the most consistent, David. David was the one with the highest, I think the longest streak, 30-day streak.
He's
Shout
in
out
chat right now.
in the chat. Shout out David. Please, feel free to drop a line or two about how you felt and anything you want to share, and we'll pull up on screen. Then number two place is by 1 day streak difference was Ash. It's pretty crazy. June was 30 days, right? And so Ash
Yeah,
and David pretty much went every day, which is nuts. And then Garrett is our third place for the most consistent. Kudos to all of you.
awesome.
Yeah. And you want to go to prolific?
Yeah,
Awesome.
let's go over.
No surprises there. If you show up every single day, right, on the leaderboard, you will ship more apps than others. Right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Like how consistency breeds everything. It's
yeah.
the output is almost like it's a factor of you have to be consistent and active, which
I mean, this challenge has definitely made me think, wow, I am not nearly as creative as I thought. I gotta step it up
me too.
for
As even in the last 10 minutes, as I was looking at some of the examples of like Ash
yeah,
and all that, I'm like, I can build a fun game. Like, why am I not doing that? So
yeah.
it's a challenge for you and I this month. I think for us to be more proactive. Let's do
I
that.
think we're gonna have to try. Obviously, we're not gonna be eligible for prizes or anything
Yes.
like that, but absolutely wanna at least be on a little bit more on par because this is
Yeah, exactly.
amazing.
Because these guys are out there. Ash number two again. Being very consistent. Leads to being prolific. And the third place went to Joyston. We couldn't find his socials, and so we just left it at that. Couldn't find his photo. I think this signed up through email sign up. Was this the Google Auth?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Shout out Joyston. Hopefully, we'll see you again in the hot AR summer campaign. So, and then the most engaging. Oh, these people! I love our community, and I love these guys. They're super engaging, fun,
Yeah,
and
so
yeah,
to go into a bit more about this award, so as much as we want to recognize the folks that are contributing, the most and the high quality and, doing what the challenge is asking, it's also very important to us to recognize the people that are actually driving the engagement during because they're adding to the experience
yeah,
within the community. So this is before our Discord, which we'll get
yeah,
into,
yeah.
went live, and we have our AI shippers cohort, which is, an exclusive and private cohort that we started off as like the phase one of community here. And, Zhang's always been like deeply engaging and specifically sharing how how she, what she's working on and hoping to work on next. And it's just very awesome.
She's awesome. And she's like a mom of four, and yet
Yeah.
makes time to vibe code and ship, and
Yeah.
be active on X. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. As a
Uh,
mom of two cats, I can't imagine being a mom of four humans, what that's
right.
like.
So shout out Zhang, we love you. Thank you for being such a wonderful community member. Neil, oh my gosh, Neil's awesome. He's in Virginia, I think, as we speak. Also the same kind of vibes. He's
Yeah.
always shipping, always amplifying other people's work. Right. One thing I love about all these folks who are in the engaging category, they're not only just sharing about what they're building, Tanya. Right.
Yeah.
We will see them often amplify, quote, retweet, or reply to somebody else's post or somebody else's project. And I think that it's such one of those selfless things you can do. It's a small thing, it's a small act of kindness, but it can make the other person's day,
Yeah, if
right?
you are somebody that just wants to essentially help others by not just giving like feedback, because I understand not everybody's necessarily looking for feedback, but just to hype each other up, like that's,
Encouragement. Yeah.
yeah, we'll totally also recognize it.
Yeah, I think that's huge. Same thing with Maya. Again, prolific builder. I think she was on the leaderboard a bunch of times too. I actually have to see if she was yeah, right there, right? She
Yeah.
and so and also the same kind of vibes, right? Very community centric. Has the give first mindset. So that's really awesome. Congrats to all of the 9 winners. You guys made it fun. They get all the responses from them, right? Spot on. Love seeing this, all that. So this is Sultan. He's one of our active members also. Tanya, you may have seen him.
Yeah.
He's in the UK, but his heart is in like Nigeria and Africa. He's been doing a lot of work for the continent, and he's also one of our very active public uh, advocates for Netlify,
Yeah,
and you'll see him constantly engage with the account.
yeah,
Cool. So that's about Hot App Summer and our
yeah,
main learnings and sort of the main winners. I guess one last thing before we wrap up. One of the learnings I want to throw out um, is around these build challenges. Like you said, having a leaderboard is changes everything. Number one, right? But number two, I think, is having some kind of a tight scope makes it
yeah,
easier to participate. Because if you ask people to just do something and share something online every day, that kind of feels a little vague. They don't know what to do. They don't know, like, like in everything, right? If you're an artist, if you give the artist a sense of brief of like, hey, here's what I love for you to explore, that's more focused. Now, if you say, paint a painting and send it to me, it means like nothing to them, right? Like
right.
they don't know what you want. So
Or it could just feel like
broad,
too vague or
big.
broad or large a scope that I'm not sure that I want to commit to.
Exactly. So one thing I've learned when we design these things is to radically minimize friction for our folks, right? And so even yesterday I was talking to Sean CD, and there was conversation around should we have Netlify auth only as the only way to participate? Should we have, and then I was like, no, 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 let's keep it as simple as possible, right? And then give them a theme. The theme is in this case agent owners, which is a little bit more focused.
Yeah,
Um, the theme is not like B2B apps, because that's like it's a broad thing, right? Like
yeah,
it's also a B2B app is not always every day possible to build.
yeah,
So we have to let people build any app they want. um and that's why agent runners, we would love for you to use agent runners. And so if you see the copy, it'll not say only start with agent runners, it'll say use it.
yeah,
That doesn't mean like you have to only use it. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a sense
yeah,
of like focus but not limitations. uh,
exactly.
cool. You want to switch gears to July challenge, or do you want to take a time check
Yes.
and see if anyone's got comments?
I don't
um
see anything right now, so let's just
nice.
go into agent runners and then we can maybe even do that live session and talk about everything else we wanted to go over.
Awesome. Looks like Michelle's in the house. Hi, Michelle.
Hey,
Awesome.
welcome,
um
welcome.
okay, so I'm still sharing, correct?
Yes.
So you sorry, you said hot AR summer.
Yes.
Let's go. So, building upon the momentum of June's build challenge and, daily engagement on Twitter, and like we were seeing all these submissions coming in, we thought, okay, we can't now suddenly stop the build challenge after June.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm so emotionally attached to it right now. I can't stop.
Not the emotional support challenge.
That was the only reason. Just kidding. And also, summer's not over yet, and I feel like let's just get we all recognized the value this brought to the community, and vice versa to Netlify. So we thought let's just continue for another month, and we in a record breaking turnaround time, like literally like within 12 hours, we decided the theme, the site, and all of the stuff. So the new theme for July is Hot AR Summer, right? AR stands for Agent Runners, and it's the same format: 30 days, 30 apps, one rule.
Close your little mini preview.
Again, yeah, I'm sorry. That should be like a sticky note I have everywhere. Um, but yeah, one rule: just ship something with Netlify Agent Runners every single day, right?
Yeah.
And if you see, it started already.
Already,
Yeah,
guys.
and
It's
Neil's in the
July
house,
2nd.
Ash is in there, Zeng's in there. This is pretty cool. I also am seeing a new face, Adam. Welcome to the leaderboard. Hope to see more of you. In this month of July. But yeah, I think it's essentially the same format extended into July with the theme of Netlify Agent Runners, right? And I feel, and you could agree, you would probably agree to this, Tanya. When you came into Netlify, started using Netlify, I think Agent Runners is one of the most underrated features we have. Would you agree? Like, I think it's so powerful compared to how much people know about it, and I think that's one of the things that we would love for more people to discover and find value.
Yeah, so something that, we can show in the live build session as well with agent runners before when it was first introduced to me, I didn't understand what it meant in
Mhm.
that. I can understand it's agentic,
Right.
coming from other tools and using things like, Claude Code and stuff like that every day now. Uh, I was like, "Okay, so what am I running something?" And then as soon as you start using it, it's like, "Oh, you it's that same prompting that folks are used to now in the space." Um, but it's very, like it's just very powerful. Like, it just will build exactly as you want. Like, the less guidance you give from the beginning is, like, one of my personal rules for
Learnings.
prompting in general, the better.
Nice.
Uh, so yeah.
Awesome. So, what do we want to build together or to celebrate Hot AR Summer? I know you mentioned the using agent runners. You wanted to update the community site. I mean, the community landing page.
Sure, it's either
Yeah.
that or we can if we have an app idea. But in the meantime, I see a comment from David in the chat that we could also
Yeah.
highlight really
Okay.
quickly.
What is he saying? Okay. Let's see. Ba, 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 ba.
So he's saying, "Sure, so I was building daily prior to learning about this challenge, which is how it worked out. That's really cool. And then I
Nice.
scheduled and mapped out the remaining days of the month. Then I'd pre-create a prompt for for it and you fired it off each day. And then I'd have more ideas and do a double post. That's really awesome and really really handy. A really great thing to do. Uh and also what I can also do is share my
Yeah.
screen
Share your
if you
screen.
want to
Kick off
do.
an agent run. Yeah. I'll.
Let's
I'll
do that.
I also see a few more folks joining. Neil's here. Neil, shout out. We just talked about you. If you missed the last, I guess, 15 minutes ago, we talked about you, Neil. Shout out. Garrett, we talked about you. And congrats to both of you for your wins on the Hot Up Summer.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this a little bit more zoomed in just so it's extra legible for everybody. So this is the project for the Netlify website. And let me actually go over here and show you the original landing page agent run that this started with. And it literally was just, you know, here, create a prototype community landing page that lives at this website that's linked under this section, general copy and things we wanted to feature. And then basically, I just kept iterating on it. Uh, and at one point, I found a bug, which is also really great because then when we were reviewing the issue on GitHub, like and opening the issue that way, we were able to resolve that.
Nice.
And then just continue to iterate on, the calls to action on the page, whether or not to embed our Luma calendar or our official events calendar, as we have, um, you know, preparing for future, uh, you know, um, preparing future features we may want to add in there. So yeah, I was thinking that we can just do a new agent run
Yep.
probably since that's already merged.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
let's just, so I can show everybody what we are talking about as a refresher. So this is, our community landing page. And really quick before I get into it, you should join the Netlify Discord. I can't share this without sharing my entire screen. Let me do that
Let me see if I can paste the call to
here.
the URL.
So this is our community Discord. So it just launched the other day. Definitely join in so that you can get, every day or every week, announcements for future events and challenges, and also live chat with both folks on our team and also other community members as the challenges are ongoing. And it's also a great place to leave feedback if you have any, get questions answered from the team in leaving that feedback. You can share your work as well. So as you're shipping different apps for the month, you can share that as well. Uh, Highly recommend. I'm not biased or anything. So anyway,
Definitely not
going
biased.
back
I would
to
say one more thing about
yes,
Discord. If you join, you can join I mean, you can be part of the AMA that's happening on Discord with Matt Billman. I know many of
yes,
you love Matt. I was a big fan of him before I joined Netlify. Man, we just pinged him a couple days ago. He's doing an AMA on July 20th. So we just got the confirmation. He'll join.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. We'll share more about it, promote it, but you'll get direct access to Matt, ask any kind of question, and he's awesome. So uh,
Yeah.
yeah, awesome.
Okay. So today, let's see. So, one thing I know that we want to do is, in addition to seeing some of your lovely faces at the top of our, community page, because that's important for us to recognize you, and we have these other calls to action. What we can start with is featuring Hot AR Summer, as we talked about, and then maybe, if we have time after that, we can do maybe the start of what a community showcase page or section could look like.
Sure.
So let me open up. Let me also make sure that I'm sharing. Hold on. Let me just do this. So that way you can see my different tabs as I switch over to them really quickly. And I'm basically, with this reference in mind, let's make an update to the community landing page at netlify.com/community. Under this should be the build
Build challenges section, I
challenges
guess.
section. Let's, oops, I put this here. Let's feature hot a hot AR summer as the current ongoing challenge. So we're just going to start with that.
And then
Just keep it
you could,
simple.
and for folks who are watching that, she in the drop down by default chose Cloud Agent, but you
Yes.
could choose you could choose Codex or you could choose Gemini. I think that is what makes it agent runners, the plural.
Mm-hmm.
It's because you can actually toggle your favorite, you know, um,
Yeah,
agent
your
model.
favorite,
Yeah, the
LLMs or
coding agent.
providers.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And that's
Um,
unique. I think that's one of our unique value props.
Yeah. So now, essentially, how I see agent runners and using them is you can set this and forget this for a bit because it's going to be doing everything it needs to do, especially at the start of an agent run for our website specifically. Yeah, it'll because as you know, when each time you prompt any agent in general, any LLM especially. The context essentially is
Mhm.
being reshared with it. There isn't a memory unless you are using a feature like, a memory feature. But uh, the cool thing that I like to see, so not everybody is really looking at the logs. Usually you're probably going to stay here and you're going to be
Yeah.
waiting and it'll tell you how long it's taking along with how many credits are being used. But I like to take a look at the logs and see as it's going, like what it's doing. Um, and right now, what I love about agent runs for our website is it will look at everything on the website and it won't do anything that's out of uh, our
So
very specific branding style. You know what I mean? So,
that's
um,
huge, right? Because think about it, right?
yeah,
Usually that's the biggest challenge is that to get any agent to follow your branding style, you have to keep feeding branding guidelines for every run normally, right? If you're outside of
yeah,
Netlify. But
yeah,
because you're inside of Netlify and inside of our platform of agent runners, you don't need to do that.
yeah.
So
And what's really cool is sometimes, especially when you're iterating on a website in this case, you will learn certain things that you can add or format within the website's structure itself based on any struggles that you see an agent have. So I don't see any struggles happening right now, but I can see that right now it's trying to make sure it gets the right screenshot for the website, which is like, you know, that's fine and all, but in case that's ever a blocker or it's taking too long, because sometimes
yeah,
agents and this is any agent,
yeah, any agent, yeah,
like understanding what it's looking at and getting a screenshot of it, I've noticed can be kind of not hard, it's just a little inconsistent sometimes. So, it's but I see its logic and what it's trying to do, what it's trying to replicate based on luckily the past challenge and the screenshot that we had there. Um, so
that's
now
right.
it's going to deploy the
The,
preview so we can take a look.
the way
That's
I
the other thing that's really cool.
what's that? What's the other one?
the previews
Yeah.
that, like, I honestly I despise having to deploy a preview locally myself, like, anytime I can have the bots help me do that, I love that, and so with agent runs, it just doing that, on its own is
So
really useful.
you won't have the local host problem, right?
No, I just like, I love doing everything, like, most things locally in general, but for something like a website, I don't feel like setting up my environment and my PR completely on my own. Not anymore. I'm just like,
Not
let
anymore.
let
Yeah,
the bots do it for me.
right. Also, looks like in the chat, Dom is in the house. Hey,
Hey, Dom,
Dom.
my first live stream.
Dom's saying the gang's here. He's talking about your cat. That's
Yeah, my cat
meowing.
Milk, he's meowing like crazy. I didn't realize if anybody could hear him, but he wants to be on stream too.
Exactly. He has something to say.
He's like,
So
"Agent
while
runs."
while this run is complete, we can actually talk about. We already talked about Hot Air Summer. Let's talk about the Barcelona
Oh,
meetup
yeah,
recap.
yeah.
I think that's one of
So
the things we. This week has been crazy. I got a text from like two different friends who follow me on X. They're like, "What are you guys doing?" Like so many surprises this week, and I was like,
yeah.
"Yeah, it's been a crazy week, and we haven't even started yet. We're gonna have a crazier July, and then August with render. Oh my gosh, it's wild."
Yeah,
Um,
so, just going into before we cover Barcelona really quickly, luma.com/netlify community, subscribe to this if you haven't, because this is where all of our future live streams and our, anything that's coming up, like, it will appear on your calendar and you'll be notified about it just by clicking into here. But let me go to the Barcelona page here.
I love the
So,
font they used on the title. I don't know if you did that or they did that. I think it's very
yeah,
cool.
that was something that we chose because it's
That's nice.
like I just love any pixelated style stuff.
Yes, especially
Let
for a
me
hack
see.
night. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us, Tanya, tell us more about this meetup. What was the theme? And then do you have any pictures from it? What did the host
Sure.
say?
So I can pull up pictures right after this. I think I have some.
I'll find the link to the pictures. But yeah, you start with what is this about? What was the theme of the meetup?
Yeah. So, you know, especially right when I joined, and KP's also had ideas a lot about this as well, where we don't want to do just simple, like, here's a coffee hour or something like that where you just learn about Netlify. We just tell you about it, and, like, in a way, we don't care about selling anybody anything like that. We just want Netlify to get into folks' hands and then hear what you think in response, right? And so that was the general theme. Where we're like, how about we just call it Build with Netlify, keep it very simple, and based on the locations that we hit, just put that into the title as well, and make it a build focus workshop. So this is for builders, which includes both vibe coders and developers, because that's the audience of folks that are building with Netlify in general and building with agentic AI in general. And the format is very biased towards that. So there's like a quick intro and there's initial hack time as well, and folks were encouraged to bring any projects that they have been meaning to work on, if they have one, or any ideas that they want to work on. And there were some live demos as well, which is very handy, along with, essentially a live building session, like a guided building session that, you know, so if you went to this workshop, you'd get to learn, okay, what are the Netlify primitives that we're using? Okay, we have a general objective similar to the, HotAppSummer, like some sort of challenge or objective to work towards. And let's just get to hacking together and see what it is that we learn together, right? And the other thing is, uh, you know, it's not really every day that folks will, like, go out of their way to share feedback outside of when they are
Yeah.
experiencing that point of, like, whether it's actual trouble or just confusion or just a lack of awareness around something, you know, at least speaking for myself, like, I may make a note of that, but I may not think, "Oh, let me go and share that," now that we have the space, folks can do it, but I may not think to do that. In a workshop setting like this in person where over 60 to 70 of you joined, um, y we were able to learn what the experience is like for a lot of people that had been building with Netlify and especially agent runners and our primitives for the first time, and also people that are more experienced builders that have been building with Netlify, and just learning what we can continue to improve about the experience from, both a product perspective and also a community perspective,
So shout
so
out to Paula, who's one of our engineers who went in person to be part of the meetup, and also, like you said just now, right, to get to hear from the community, right, what they're
yeah.
experiencing, what kind of feature problems they're having, or what kind of things are great, what are not great, and then he actually did a great recap back to our product team, actually the whole company, on what's working, what's not working. And I think that kind of feedback loop from a IRL meetup is way more powerful in my view, face to face, right?
Mhm.
Compared to like an online, like someone saying something on a forum or on a Reddit post, it's different.
It
Yeah.
it's not like the online feedback is any less important, it's just when we have the face-to-face feedback with you all, what we're able to experience is more of the context of that feedback as it's happening. That's the
Yes.
main difference,
The live.
because when
Yeah.
someone posts on a forum, we still want to hear that, but what we may not know and have to find out after, which takes some time, but we're happy to do, is okay, so what's the context around this? Like,
Yeah.
where at your what point in your project or building your project were you at, kind of thing. Now, really quickly, let's go into. I wonder why it's taking a little bit. Oh, it's not. It was writing a summary of everything. Okay.
You know what I found though? I actually found Matt Roberts, who's our one of our hosts in Barcelona, sent me a 1 minute recap of like a video format. You wanted me to play that just to get a sense of
Yeah. Let me stop sharing really
let
quick.
me just to get a sense of the vibes. I thought it was really cool. So let me just see if I can find it. Um,
Oh, you see my cat in the background. I didn't even realize he's modeling.
do you see my screen
Yes.
and here too? Music. I mean,
Yes.
okay, awesome.
Now I want a croissant.
Nice.
That's
How was
awesome.
it? Right? So cool. My
Yeah.
first reaction when he sent me that, I was like, I wish I was there. Sorry. Yeah. David, sorry, the audio is not probably translating all the way to
Yeah.
the
We'll link
message.
it after.
We'll link it after.
Um,
We'll put it on YouTube. It has to be or on X. Yeah, my first reaction was like, I wish I was there. Right. And I
yeah.
think that's the vibe you're getting from some of these pictures, from the videos. It's I think, yeah, and the hosts, they've done a great job. Like, Nicholas,
Yeah. So we partnered, with Hack Barna and Happy Operators in Barcelona for this event. Had a great time with them. They were able to take, you know, our workshop materials and what we wanted to make sure is covered through the event, and really just ran with it. Thank you so much, you guys, for doing that.
they set
And
the
yeah,
benchmark high now for anyone else to follow.
yes.
So
I wonder why it's taking a bit. Sometimes this happens, and I'm actually kind of happy that's happening live, so we can just see the
what is yeah,
experience.
what is it right now? What is it saying now? Writing the
Well,
host.
it's
Yeah.
saying it's deploying the preview. Let me also make sure. Sometimes
Sometimes
if I refresh,
refreshing helps actually, even for me, I noticed.
where it's
Um,
deploying the preview. but it seems like it might be, let's see.
That's okay. Neil, we'll see
Okay.
you. Don't worry. He said, "Love you all. So gotta go." Yeah. See you
Yeah,
around.
see
See you
you
around.
later. Yeah.
See you on
I
Discord.
realize we're almost at the top of the hour too.
Yes.
So,
We got 8 minutes. Anything else that we want to cover? We may have missed out. I was looking at the agenda, and I think we covered the Discord part. We covered
mhm.
the meetup. Do you want to talk about? I guess what's coming up next. What to expect? Anything that you can share? I know some we can share, some we can share. So
Yeah, so every week pretty much we're going to have a live stream, so stay tuned for that. As KP mentioned earlier, Matt Billman doing a live AMA with us is coming up July 20th, as you said. We're going to have our future or our next meetup as well announced soon, so stay tuned for that. Um, you know,
I'm really
there's just a
excited for
lot of
this
really
one.
cool stuff coming. Uh, we're really excited. A
Uh,
lot of it, especially, well, you can expect it after this July 4th weekend as well, because I understand lots of folks are probably not going to be around in the States at least during that time. And what else? And we're just going to be going through Hot AR Summer. Yes, my kitty cat Milk. Oh my goodness. He has so much to say about agent runners, probably. Totally. Uh, but
Really
yeah,
excited
that's.
to keep the momentum going with the Hot AR Summer. Oh, by the way, it looks like it's the preview is ready.
Oh, let's see. Yes.
There we go. Do-do-do-do-do.
I'm like, please, SSO, don't do this. Okay. It's the most embarrassing thing when you like have to authenticate on a stream. Like, please. Okay.
There
Okay,
we
cool.
go.
That
Nice.
looks great. What happened here?
I
Okay,
think it
I
was trying
think
to
it tried.
reconstruct it. What's going on there?
Yeah, I think that's what it got stuck on. Okay. So I'm not gonna do it right now, like, but what I would do is, okay, I would iterate on it and be like, hey, we we don't need to let's not reconstruct the website for the preview. Let's just take a screenshot
Well,
or I can
I was
provide
gonna I
one.
was gonna suggest like maybe you just take a screenshot and upload it. I think just to
Yeah,
keep it
for some
simple.
reason, this is just a thing for anybody, like, for any agent, like, I like, in all the agents I've used, it's just sometimes that screenshot and, like, knowing where things are, it's just, like, the bots are, like, not they're not, like, aware. They don't have
I,
it
I
doesn't
I
have
feel like they're
eyes.
they're they're a little bit blind. I think they
Yeah,
have a hard time. They have a
it
hard
doesn't
time
have
visual.
eyes, you know? It doesn't, like, we assume that, "Oh, you can see this," right? It has tools to be able to take in information, you know? So,
But it can't
yeah.
really see it. Yeah, that's the
But
thing.
it is still impressive how quickly it then reconstructed this. I
Yeah.
guess that also is impressive, and that's why it took a while. It was essentially building a landing page again.
Um,
But
and to just close the loop on anyone watching, right? And so, if, let's
yeah.
say we were happy with that change, we would have
Yes.
you would have clicked on the create pull request,
Yeah.
and from there, right, it would go to the reviewer. In this case, for this website, the reviewer would be Sam T or anybody on the web dev team,
Mhm.
and they would look at what the change has been. I think they look at like the diff, and they're like, all right, if they're happy with
And
the change, they would
and,
just
like, I
mm,
believe, like, CodeRabbit, folks may be familiar
for
with different
test.
agents or like AI tools that can help review code as well. Like folks use a lot of Copilot as well. That will make comments in addition to, of course, our the humans doing the final review. Like we always have to do a final pass.
Right.
Uh,
But then he would
so
just
yeah,
the final step is he would click merge, right?
yeah,
And that's it.
uh, and like that's pretty much it. It
That's
would
pretty much
just
it.
be
In
that
fact, one of
simple.
my tasks I learned to Sam T is
Wait, what is
it was
this?
nudging me last night. Did you know that Netlify.com
Whoa,
now our announcement bar on the top? The announcement bar on the top used to be inside of Sanity CMS, but now you can just do it using agent runners, it seems. So
look at
I'm going.
this.
What is this one? Oh,
This is from how they are literal
oh
agent
yeah,
runners.
this
What
is
I
the one that
imagine.
Michelle was playing last night, or Ash built this. I think. Shout out
Oh my
Ash.
god. What?
So actually, let's show me the title of this. I forgot. I think there's something called.
It's called it's called let me not play a game on the stream, but it's called
But
Literal Agent
oh, it's
Runners.
called Little Agent Runners. Yeah.
Yeah.
See this UI. This UI is close to our UI, right?
Yeah.
Ash did this. So if you click on, you can look at the drop down. He's got all these exact drop
Oh
downs,
my
codecs.
god.
He's got everything. And then click build now. That's we gotta share this internally and tag our product team and just this is funny.
This is awesome. Okay, let me not let me stop this. This is I'm clearly
Dom,
getting
we
a little fast.
Dom's like, I wish I was there to play some of these games on the stream. We are getting some serious work done, Dom. Just kidding. What is this one? Oh, this is, I think, this is Zeng's, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
This
and this
this
is
3D
like I
stuff.
figure in the last like couple minutes of our stream, may as well show like what some of the first submissions for Hot AR Summer are looking like as I clearly get distracted as well. But just
I'm so
wow.
tempted to now do something with 3D now that I see all these
Yeah,
games.
now I really want to do something with 3D. Spark a Smile. What is this gonna do?
David's like,
It
I
makes a
love it. Ash
wonder.
is a genius. Yeah.
Oh,
This is
cute.
Neo, I think. It's almost like a stress ball, I think.
Yeah, it's super cute.
It's cute. We should
Aw.
be Tanya, you and I, we should be building every day. Like
Yeah, oh my
I'm
god.
like so inspired. We gotta do some kind of a thing like this every day, like a stress ball or something fun. Um, what is this?
Tap to wake up the blob. Oh, it does say it's gonna take a bit. Mosh me cute.
Interesting.
Spark something cute. Spark cuteness on any devices in any location. I may have location disabled on my
Uh,
thing, so that might be why. Um, True
True
North
North
Spark. Oh
Star.
yeah, official. There's Canada Day. I guess happy Canada Day.
Oh,
So this is cool. Answer 4 quick prompts. Okay, at home. I love being at home.
this is so fun.
Sure. Make my spark.
Make this
Wow.
work.
What the heck?
Oh, what is
How
this?
cool. It's like a little planner essentially
Oh,
of like what you want to do for Canada Day. So that's cool.
nice.
But anyway,
Shout
we're
out to
at we're
all the Canadians, and we have one on our team. Nareen, shout out. Awesome. We're just about to hit the 1 hour. Tanya, you need to get off this.
okay, okay. Let me just
Oh
stop.
my gosh, Ash. This is fun. I hope Michelle's still watching. Michelle, you should have seen the last 10 minutes. That's where the real magic is. We truly work at a fun company, as Michelle says.
Yes.
Truly a human company and a fun company. So thank you everyone for watching. Thanks. Dom's still here. I think Dom, thank you so much for being in the stream and hyping people up. David, continue to keep crushing. Looking forward to your July builds. And anyone else who's if you're still here, thank you so much. Tanya, what a fantastic way for you to be on the stream and kick off your journey.
Yes.
Let's
Thank you everybody and joining us for my first stream as part of Netlify, and also, it's certainly not going to be the last one. So,
yes.
like I said, discord.gg/Netlify for our Discord, luma.com/Netlify community for our official events calendar. Join in on Hot AR Summer. Use Agent Runs. Build, an app a day if you can, and like maybe you'll get recognized.
And if you do build a game, Tanya is gonna play it on the
Well,
stream.
now
Actually,
I know.
that can be a recurring theme. We have to at the last 5 minutes of a stream, we have to play a game built by our community live.
I mean, don't threaten me with a good time. Like I will happily, as you saw,
All
quickly
right.
find.
Okay, I'll see y'all, on Discord, and bye, Tanya. Have a good one.
Bye,
See
everybody.
y'all.